Hello guys, this is our tutorials, and in today's tutorial we'll be showing you guys how to create a morph object or morph liquid in Realflow. So basically liquid goes from one shape and turns into another shape. It looks pretty cool, but anyways, remember to check, please make sure to check out the shoutouts in the description of this video. So I'm doing shoutouts on every one of my tutorials, and it's basically people who are active subscribers, and I put them in my description. So if you want to be in the description of one of my videos, please make sure to thumbs up every one of my videos, or like every one of my videos this week, and comment all the good stuff, and you will probably be in the next week's description of my video. So without further ado, let's go into Realflow. By the way, you can get Realflow free on my website if you don't have it. Okay, so you can create a new project or you can open an existing project. I'll just open an existing project, or not. Doesn't matter, whatever. I'll just work here with this. It's not really a project, but I can save it later. Anyways, once you have your project open here, what you want to do is you want to create any object. You can import objects from C4D. If you want to learn how to import objects, go to my last tutorial. It will show you how to, but in this tutorial it's just focused on morphing. So let's select a torus. Let's hit R on the keyboard and let's make it a little bit smaller. Okay, and let's create a capsule. And why I'm selecting these shapes is because they have lots of polygons. So polygons are really good for morphing because the liquid follows the polygons. It doesn't follow anything else but the polygons. So you have like two polygons here, two lines that form the shape. It's just gonna be like two lines. The actual liquid's gonna be two lines. If you have a bunch of lines or a bunch of polygons, then it's gonna be all of those polygons. So make sure you have a lot of polygons. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to create a fill object, and to do that, go into show particle fluid menu, which is the blue one. Select fill object. Here change or here in fill object, go to object, click on the right of the tab and select which object you want to fill first. So first I want to fill the capsule, and then click OK. Okay, then what you want to do is you want to change the resolution to about 45 right here in particles menu. Okay, now you want to select both capsule and torus. So hold control and select torus and then capsule, so that you have those both objects selected, and then go to node menu right here, and simulation, change that to inactive. And it is very important that you do that, because if you don't change it to inactive, the fluid will basically not be able to get out of its shape, so it's not going to be able to morph. So this is probably like one of the most important steps of this tutorial. And then you want to go to display, or actually let's select two objects again, both of these objects, and then go to display, and visible, change it to no, so you can't see it. And then go to fill object again, select fill object, and then change fill volume to yes. Okay, so you got all this liquid now filling our capsule. Okay, now next step is if you go to daemon menu, which is the red one, click on it, select magic. Okay, in magic you wanna again select an object, and this time you're selecting an object that you want our fluid to morph into. So right here in object, click on the right of the tab and select torus, which it's gonna fill into, and then change the approach strength to, let's change it to 30 just for now. Okay, and now let's simulate. Let's hit simulate right here and see what happens. Oh, it's asking me for to create a project. I'll just do it quickly. More thing. Okay, create a new project. Alright, so now it's simulating. Okay, so you can see here that it goes from the capsule into the torus. Okay, let's look around, see what is going on here. And you have to give it like at least maybe 50 frames to see the actual shape, what it's gonna look like. And you can see here it's bouncing around a little bit. It will eventually go into its original shape, but I don't like that it takes so long for it to actually form into its shape. So let's just stop the simulation. Let's quickly play and see what happens. So it goes in like that, and then it would just keep on bouncing around until it stops. Okay, so let's hit reset. Yes. And let's change the escape strength to 50, and as well as approach strength to 50. Okay, and let's try this again. Let's simulate this again. I'll be back soon. I don't want it to take up so much time. Alright, so that worked. As you can see here, it looks like a donut. So it goes from a capsule, and it takes about a second for it to turn into a donut. So if I just quickly play it here, this is what it's gonna look like in real time motion. So let's just see. I think we don't have enough volume, but it's hard to say unless you create a mesh. So to do that, go to show mesh menu and select particle mesh render kit. And here in particle mesh render kit menu, let's just mess around with the parameters. So polygon size, you want it to look smooth, so I'll go with 0.02. It's gonna make it really small polygon size, which is gonna make it smooth. Okay, so that's basically it. So now select particle mesh render kit and click on this button right here, which is build mesh, and it's gonna build mesh only on one frame. So it's not gonna build meshes, it's not gonna build all the meshes on the timeline, it's just gonna build one frame. So hit it. It's gonna take a second to build a mesh. Depends on how good your fluid is, and it's not responding. Just give it a second. Okay, so it has build meshes, and to preview the mesh in actual 3D look, hit 0 on the keyboard and make sure you're on the frame on which the mesh is built. So this is what it's gonna look like. So basically, why we have all this unfilled space is because we don't have enough volume of the fill object. So we want to go back to fill object, but before that, let's hit reset right here. Yes. Okay, so go back to fill object and resolution, change this to, I'll just put it to 70 and hit reset again. Yes. Okay, and let's simulate this and see what happens. I'll just pause this again. I'll be back. Okay, so our donut, if you want to call it that, is looking a little bit better now. Still, there's a lot of empty space inside of it, which is gonna eventually get covered by these little blobs here that are just flying around. But yeah, if you wanna fill the object all the way, then you can always go back to fill object and change the resolution, put it up higher so that it's more full. But I'm satisfied with this. I think this looks okay. So that's pretty much it for the tutorial. One thing I want to mention is that you can do this with text. So you can create text in C4D and import it here. Watch my tutorial, my other tutorial on Realflow on how to import objects from semaphore.d to Realflow, and you need a plugin for that, and the plugin you download on the website. So yeah, just watch that tutorial on how to do that, and this is basically it. Looks okay, I guess. Yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please thumbs up the video if you found it useful, and please subscribe, and see you guys later.